Right, well, it's 10 to 3 in the morning. I haven't even done an intro yet. I didn't get here till quite late tonight. It was dark by the time I got here, bivvied up and everything. Just had this one out, 34.12. Absolute stunning fish. Fought like hell. But what a fish this is. It's absolutely a beaut. Take me watch off. Right. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of that. Girth on that is awesome. 34.12. 34 pounds 12. Absolute stonking fish. Fought like hell. This was caught on the maize. Absolute beauty. Well, if it cowers on like this, that's going to be a good weekend. It's Thursday. Well, it's actually Friday morning now. I got here Thursday night. I'm here till Sunday. But look at that. 34 pounds 12. Absolute stonking fish. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Right, let's get him back and see if we can get another one. There you go, buddy. Right, well, I haven't even done the intro yet. Second fish of the trip so far. It's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. That's this one out at £24. Absolute fought like a trooper too. Proper, give me a hell of a scrap. Lovely, lovely fish as always from Aspen. Beautiful condition. Look at that, absolute beauty. Okay, mate. Okay, absolute beauty. £24. I think it was about £24 and a few ounces, but who cares about the ounces? That give me one hell of a fight. This fish. This was on the cream. This was on munch baits, cream seed. Absolute cracker. Look at it. Let's get it back. See if we can get a hat trick. And it's only Friday morning. Right, let's get this one back in the water. Get that rod back out. See if we can catch another one. Oh, easy gonna go. There he goes. And he's off. Right, you join me at Aspen Lakes again, my local syndicate. I got here late last night actually, Thursday night. It was I didn't get it about 7-8 o'clock at night, and I put all my rods out in the dark, so I thought I'd just leave this till the morning. But already I've had a 34, 34 and a 24 out. So I've been looking on the old Facebook and it's been fishing its head off at the moment, Aspen, so I better get out here and I'll give it a go. So yeah, so already I've had 2 fish out. It's Friday morning, it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm here till Sunday evening, so if it carries on fishing like this, I'm in for a wicked session. I've got the local bird life in front of me at the moment. They're having a good time down there, doing what they're doing. But yeah, so like I say, I'm here till Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. Yeah, got here late last night, put the rods out at dark, and one ripped off at 3 o'clock this morning. The other one ripped off. That was a bird's. The other one ripped off this morning. So yeah, so I'm happy. But yeah, so we'll catch you later. Right, I don't even know what the time is. I think it's about 10. What's that, bro? 10, 11 o'clock, something like that. I just had this stonking fish. It is massive. It's just gone £38, 3 ounces in the sling. Got my little Alpha Bruno. This is a massive fish. I mean, it is absolutely huge. I honestly thought it was another 40 when I see it, but look at the size of that. Oh, okay. He's still full of it. He fought like hell as well. He is absolutely massive. Okay. Right. Let's try that again, shall we? He is so long and so big. It's unbelievable. Oh. £38, 3 ounces of monster carp. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that mouth. It is huge. Absolutely huge. Oh, 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 oh. Put it down. Wow. I thought it was another 40 when it was in the water, but I'm happy at £38, 3 ounces. Let's have one more look and we're getting back. Right, mind that, hey, boo. You good boy. He's still full of it. He was still full of it when I was bringing him in. Proper hard fighting, scrapping fish. Look at that. £38, 3 ounces. Hat trick. My third fish, second 30. I'll tell you what, this place just keeps bringing. Look at the size of that tail. It's massive. It's so long. Right, I'm getting back in the water because he's a bit lively. I'm happy with that. Right, well, it's actually 11 o'clock now, so I caught that fish about 10:30. My God, I would never fall out. £38, 3 ounces. It was massive. It was so long. But I'm not disappointed. But I thought it was another 40 when I was in the net. Fought like hell as well. But yeah, I haven't done much blogging on this one. I'll do a bit more tomorrow. I'm actually looking after the lake because Mary and Bob have gone away. So with the owners. So I'm looking after the lake for them and walking around a couple of times today, chatting to everyone and all that. So Rod's been out of the water quite a lot in the daytime. But yeah, that's 3 fish now. I think it was 34, 24 and a 38. My God. And I've still got all night tonight, all day Saturday, tomorrow night and all day Sunday. I know this place has been fishing really well lately, but yeah, it don't fish like this very often. It's they seem to be on the feed properly, so I'm not complaining. That was on the cream seed munch baits. That's what I've caught them all on. It's top bait in it. Just works so well down here. Right, well, I was actually cuddled up in bed there. I bet at an early night, so I'm gonna go back to bed. Speak to you in the morning if I don't speak to you before. Right, 4th fish of the trip, which is unheard of. This one's gone £29, just shy of 30. Absolute stonker again, cream seed again, munch baits. Look at that. Oh, absolute beauty. Look at that. Fought like hell as well, like they always do. Absolute stunner. What can I say? 4 fish, 2 30s, 24, well 38 I had. This one's 29, just under 30, but chuffed to bits with that. I'll tell you what, that is bloody awesome. It's quite foggy, so that's probably why I don't know if it's picking up the fog or not, but anyway, I'm going to get this one back, get the rod back out there, so if we can't catch a 5th one, which is crazy. Right, I'm just going to show you what I'm actually putting out. I'm not putting a lot of bait out. Here's my rig. Exactly the same as I always use. That's it. Safety clip. Coated braid. Taking the end section off so it just pops up. Exactly the same as I always use. Now pop that this 40mm cream seed. Pop up. Stick that in my boat. Then I'm just putting in a couple handfuls of boilies. Put another one in. Putting in some stick mix. This is crushed boilie, chopped boilie, and some stick mix in there, and then some goo or cream seed. Putting about a scoop of that in. That's the stuff I'm using, cream seed syrup on that. Then I'm putting in a pouch full of pellet. Then I don't know whether this is what's doing it or not, but this is new stuff from Munch Baits, the bloodworm complex. That's what I'm actually putting in on top. Now I don't know if that's why I'm having such a good session or not. I'm just putting a little bit there, a bit in there, and that's it. And that's what I've been catching all the fish on. And there you have it. Then, a new rule down at Aspen, we have to put swan guards on because the swans are a nightmare. I've made these up. Cut the bits of Velcro, cut the Velcro bits on the boat. That Velcro's in there. And the swans, can't get them off. That's it. Easy as that. We've got our swan guards on our bait boats here. I'm talking funny, I've got a back lid in my mouth. Because the swans just follow it out. They're a nightmare. Right, this is how I make my chopped boilies. Got one of these NTG grinders, nearly 10 quid. It did fall apart when I first used it. What do you expect for a tenner? So I redone the grub screw at the back with some Loctite and it works perfect now. What you do, lift it up, put in 14mm boilies in the top. Obviously Munch Baits. Fill that up. And then just grind it. And then basically you're left with a beautiful lot of chops and diced and all sorts of different shapes and sizes and that at the bottom, which just go through the water and I think attract the fish. It seems to be working on this session anyway. But that's all you do with this one. Cheap and cheerful. And then you're left with all that at the bottom. Look. Then what I do, stick all that in my bucket. Then cream seed stick mix. Put a load of that in. And I do. And I stir it all up. And it looks like that. But then what I do, I put the old syrup in there. Munch Baits again, cream seed. Pour that in there, like that. Put quite a lot in. And then I leave it to soak for a bit. And then I give it a good stir up. I don't use my hands for that. So that makes a right mess. I get my scoop, which is over there, so I'm going to go and get it. And I'm back with my scoop. So yeah, so eat the scoop, just mix it all up in there. And that's what you're basically left with. Nice sticky goo, gives loads of attraction when it's in the water. And I put in like a good shovel full of that out, so it's quite, you know, quite a lot of boilies really when you think about all chopped up and that. And it's definitely working on this session. But I've actually moved swims. I've moved from the swim to my right just to the one off on my left on the beach, because where I was fishing is straight in front of here, and when I was fishing over there the fish were kiting round and I was struggling to get them out from these trees. So thought I'm just going to move up a swim. Took me half an hour, and yeah, so I'll show you the swims in a minute. Right, it's just before sit-wet. It's actually 6 o'clock in the morning. It's just starting to get light. Just had this beauty, fish number 5. This one went £27 on the cream seed again. Whew, hell of a fight this one was. Beautiful fish. Oh, let's take the watch off. Right. Absolute stonker again. £27. Fish number 5. Look at that, what a beauty. Absolutely chuffed to bits with this session, I'll tell you. Gorgeous fish, as they all are in Aspen Lakes. Oh. I've just had another one out. 20 to 8. That one's only been out an hour and a half. This one's gone 38. I'm trying to get so you can see it, but I don't know if you can see that or not. It's gone. £38.5. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm having a fishing session of a lifetime here. I've been fishing here 9 years and the most I've ever had out in one session is 5. This is my 6th fish and I've only been here since Thursday night. So that's 3 nights and 3 days. It's Sunday now. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at her. She is unbelievable, absolute beauty. God, I love this place. Never ever get bored of it. Look at this, when you're catching fish like this as well. Oh, look at that for a beaut. Isn't that a beautiful fish? It's as wide. Oh, as it is long. £38, 5 ounces. That's 2 £38 fish I've had in this one session. My old chap's looking down on me. Thanks mate, because I know this place has been fishing really well. I'm going to put her down. Oh, here you go baby. I know this place has been fishing really well for the last couple of weeks and that's why I was desperate to get out here. But I didn't think it was fishing this well. This is unbelievable. Let's get her back and then I think I'm going to reel all my rods in, go and feed all the animals for Mary and Bob. Have a drive around, make sure everyone's behaving themselves. I'm going to come back, get all these rods back out, see if we can't get to 7th one. My God. Let's put this mute back. Wow, what can I say? This session's gone from awesome to a dream. Like I said, I've fished this place for 9 years and it's a hard, you know, Aspen Lakes is a hard lake anyway. Everyone knows, everyone who fishes this place knows that. But there's some cracking fish in here. And fishing here 9 years, the most I've ever caught is 5 fish in a week. I've done that twice. I've been here since Thursday night. And I've had 6 fish now, and I've still got all day today to go. And to be honest, it knackers you because they fight like there's no tomorrow in here. I mean, I'm one for catching fish, but my God, they wear you out. No, I'm not complaining though, but it don't fish like this all the time. I think what's happened, the way we've had all that hot weather, no fish. This place didn't produce a fish for I think it was like a couple of months. And I've been watching the catch reports the last couple of weeks and they've been on the feed. I mean, people have been coming in and getting big hits, which don't happen very often, and the water level's really low as well because of the heat. But to catch 6 fish, I mean, I've got the ultimate catch book here. I've had a £34 mirror, a £24 mirror, £38 mirror, £29 mirror, £27 mirror, and another 38. That's 1, 2, 3 £30 carp and 3 2 upper 20s and 1 lower 20 at 24. That's unbelievable. Where can you go fishing and catch fish like that? And they fight like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'm still on cloud 9 at the moment. I'm buzzing. I'm gonna have some breakfast, and then I might even get around to showing you water, but it's really overcast at the moment and it's been raining, so maybe that's helped as well. Yeah, it's very overcast and very miserable out there, but I don't know if you can hear the rain on the bivvy. But I don't care if it's catching fish like this. This is just turned into a dream session. So like I said, I got to go home. I'm going to go home around about 7 o'clock tonight. But let's see if we can't catch another one, eh? You can see how overcast and miserable it is. But where I'm actually catching them from is, well, there's a rock that's usually under the water, but it's there. I'm literally fishing about a rod length off that in the water. That's where I've had all the fish from. So I've got 2 rods out there now, and I've got the 3rd rod by that patch just there, again 2 or 3 rod lengths away from the bank. But yeah, that's where I've been getting the fish from, and they're just on it. Whether it's that bloodworm I'm putting in is bringing them on, I don't know, but that munch based bloodworm stuff, I'm going to keep using it now. Maybe that's bringing them on because it's natural food for them. Who knows? But it's definitely working. Got some ducks down there that having a wash. Well, the baby swans and the mum and dad swans are certainly making themselves a home right next to my bivvy. Bless them. I think they're getting used to me now. They're not sissing at me much now. They seem quite comfortable there. They've been there most of the day. But it's lovely to see, isn't it? Look at them growing up. And there's the proud mum and dad. I actually think that's the mum and that's the dad. Lovely, isn't it? This is why swan guards are a must. They're going to follow. No, they're not this time. A wildlife park here, isn't it? Beautiful little babies. Right, as you know, I've been here since Thursday night. I'm fishing on this little beachy bit here, and it's lovely. But I think the birds love it because I don't know, they just love it there. And as you know, there's 3 baby swans and the mum and the dad swan, which I've been looking at all weekend, and it's lovely to see. I've even called them Tom, Dick and Harry, the babies, and the mum and dad, Bonnie and Clyde, I've nicknamed them. See them about 2 hours ago, and they're up here having a little chat and chilling out, just resting there. Walk around the lake, make sure everyone's behaving themselves, come back, and that time I'd gone, noticed one of the babies, which didn't have it in there a couple of hours ago, had this rig. This was actually stuck in his neck. And this was in his beak, and all this was in down his neck. So it was sort of like that. And every time it was going forward, it couldn't. Now, you know, they got more rights being here than what we have, really, haven't they? And if one of the anglers does catch one, you must have known, you know, whoever's rigged this is must have known that they got snapped off. They caught a swan. You know, we don't bite. Please come and tell us, because I had to then chuck a load of pellet one side of the swim, which I didn't want to do because I don't encourage the swans, and I had to grab that baby on my own, and you can imagine the mum and dad went absolutely mental and I shit myself. But I had to get this out of the baby. I could not. I couldn't leave that knowing that it's in the baby, you know, in his mouth and in his neck, so he couldn't move it. I mean, it could have killed him, and it's just not right. What, you know, whoever snapped off, just come and tell Mary and Bob or one of the bailiffs, me. You know, you could have come and give me a hand to unhook it, you know, and kept the mum and dad off me, because they were going bloody mental. As you can imagine, it's one of their babies that I had to grab hold of. But I managed to get it out. Luckily it's barbless hook, which is the barbless hook rule in here. Managed to get it out. The baby's fine. I did the cardinal sin, and I did chuck a bit more pellet down. I wanted to make sure that the babe was eating and that okay, and it was. Which I know you shouldn't do, because you don't want to encourage them in, because this happens. But I had to feed them to get the mum and dad that end, and as the baby swam past I managed to grab it, get this out, and the mum and dad went mental, and could have done with a hand, but like I said, I couldn't leave it. So, you know, it's just annoying that somebody snapped off in a swan, knowing they've snapped off in a swan, and they haven't sort of give us a ring and said, "Oh, Dad, you know, or Mary and Bob, we've caught a swan. We won't jump down your throat. You know, you could have had the decency to come and give me a hand, because I shit myself just now." But they're all settled back down again now, and everything's back to normal. But just had a little whinge, because it wasn't nice to see, and I've sort of not grown attached to them. But you know what? It's just lovely to see them. They must sleep on this bit all the time, because they're here all the time, and mum and dad don't even care no more. I can walk straight past them, not even hardly hissing at me. So I think they've got used to me, but I'm still not chucking any food down for them, because it's so tempting to feed them. But I don't want to do that, because obviously that encourages them then to come next to anglers, etc, etc. So, but I did have to chuck some pellet down to get this out, which I thought was more important than not feeding them. But just a little heads up, if you fish Aspen Lake and you catch one of the wildlife, just let us know. We're not gonna, you know, it happens in fishing, doesn't it? It's one of those things. But it's very annoying when you don't, you know, when it does happen, you don't let us know, and you know you've snapped off, and that swan probably wouldn't have lived, couldn't eat or nothing. So yeah, whinge over. I haven't caught any more since this morning. Rods are back out. Just put them back out after having a drive round, make sure I had a wander around with Bruno, make sure everyone's alright. Went round on the golf buggy, because it looked like it was going to pour down with rain, but everyone's behaving themselves sort of, and yeah, so I'll have a chat when we catch another one, hopefully. Well, that's me done for the weekend. Unbelievable weekend. Bonnie and Clyde still here. Tom, Dick and Harry are there. What can I say? I think I had about 190 pound of fish. 6 fish, which is a record for me. Like I said, I've only caught 5 before. I think I had 3 30s, 2 of them at 38, a 29, a 27 and a 24. I'll tell you what, unbelievable fishing session. It's just one of those sessions that comes once every 10 or 15 years, isn't it? This just seemed to be it. Unbelievable. I think the weather was just right, the bait was right, my mates were right, weren't they? Hey? Yeah. And I was in the right spot at the right time. They all come from the same spot. All 6 of them. The other 2 rods, nothing. They're all on that same spot. Like I said, what can I say really? Aspen Lake fisheries at its finest. Doesn't always fish like this, trust me. It's I think it's just where we had all that hot weather, and they were just hungry, I think, and I had the right bait at the right time. Maybe it was a bloodworm that done it. But that's it done for today. It's at past 5, sorry, 10 to 5. I'm going to go home now, see the missus for the night, keep her happy. Yeah, you tell them. And then I think I'm at North Banks Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. One of the Corder waters, the lads I go to France with, we've booked it up to go there. So that'll be proper fishing, no bait boats allowed, have to cast out. Cool. Yeah, never fished it before, so that'll be an interesting one. But yeah, so till the next time.